Greg Shoemaker, TriStateFootball.com, here at Summit Country Day with the head coach Mike Brown. And Coach, a fine season last year. You guys made it to the playoffs. You guys were absolutely outstanding on defense. Let's start with that. In 2013, what's your defense have coming back?
We have a lot of talent up front coming back. When you just start there. I'm the defensive line coach, and I call the defense. So I'm going to always look at what we have. And with Daniel Bruns coming back on the outside, we get a heck of a pass rusher. And also we have two guys on the inside coming back. Obviously Michael Barwick, who's a Division I player, and Austin Northern, who isn't the biggest guy, but he played a great 3 technique for us. And also guys, young guys like freshman last year will be a sophomore, and Davion Laney, and Max McGrath, who has proved to be a pretty good pass rusher as well. Losing a guy like Armand Walker is tough, with 12 sacks, but we'll reload and hopefully we can play some good defense.
Now on the other side of the football, you've got all your skill players coming back, plus the Player of the Year in the MVC, Antonio Woods. Talk about the things that you're going to be able to do this year with so much experience coming back that allows you to open things up.
The way we work is we want to basically do what we do a little bit better every year. With a dynamic guy like Antonio getting the ball in his hands, the play starts with him every time. So sometimes we have certain plays called where he makes them dynamic plays. Maybe his first check isn't there, so he makes a play. But also what it helps us do is it's kind of when you get together in preseason and meet as coaches, it allows you to kind of dream up some stuff that he can do. That you might not get with either just a running quarterback or just a throwing quarterback, because he can do it both.
Schedule-wise, what have you done in your non-conference this season to upgrade a little bit? Obviously, when you get to the playoffs, teams like Covington and Coldwater are in front of you. How are you going to toughen yourself up and your guys up this year?
Well, the first game this year is against Ben Logan out of Dayton, who they run the ball, and wing T full house style. From what I hear, so they obviously when we get play teams like Covington, who that's all they do, that's basically the first time we've game planned for that all year. So this year going out, we really wanted. We're glad that Ben Logan was looking for a game as well. It's going to be a tough test for us, and also looking at what the MVC has coming back. This is one of the hardest schedules we've had in a while. So it's going to be a fun year, and I know the guys are really excited about some new challenges as well. Where we don't get to play teams like a new Miami, who we enjoy playing against, but we get St. Bernard, who we haven't played, and also Dayton Christian. So we lose some of those familiar teams we play, but we have fun with having some new teams as well.
Looking at your program and starting it from the ground up, at a private school, it's a little bit different than public schools with feeder programs. Talk a little bit about the program from the bottom and how it's working its way up to varsity level.
That's one of the biggest things is being the head varsity coaches, you kind of oversee the whole program. And I use oversee kind of as a loose term because there's so much that goes into that. One of the biggest things that I've been trying to do, especially going into my 3rd year as the head coach, is really to tie in those programs together. Not necessarily telling them what offenses and defenses and to run and things like that, but just getting to know the head coaches better. And also, we're starting to see that those football players that start to get into the middle school and the upper school teams that stay in the Summit program the entire time are kind of pulling out to be some of our better players, because they've been using that technique and the fundamentals and are very familiar with what our coaching style is like.
When you look at this program, you've now been at this, should be your 3rd year, what pleases you most and where will you still like to improve the most at?
Definitely what pleases me most is just, and I was kind of cheating listening to those other guys talk, but just use of the word family. I want to win football games, and last year we won a lot of them. But what pleased me most about it is that the guys coming out of that were referred to as, we're a football team during season, but we're a family at all times. And when I came in, and even when I was a defensive coordinator under Dan Starkey, that was the goal. So, and that's something that you never really get to the end of. You want to keep developing that. So that's another goal of ours. But the other thing is just we want to play good offense, we want to play good defense. But we really need to pay more attention to special teams this year and make some big plays on there.
There you go. Head coach Mike Brown of the Summit Country Day Silver Knights. You can expect another playoff run from them in 2013.